guys, today's show is about fixing a common problem in the W220 and W215 S-Class heating and air conditioning system. In these controls, as you can see, there's a few different options. One of them is the system's got some great diagnostics capabilities. If you click the REST button, you'll get the main menu, and there's various numerical numbers. NR starting with 00, which can increment up. NR00 is this port. It's the thermostat that's in this console to tell the system the temperature of the air in the car. If you push the red arrow up, you'll get to NR01. In this case, you see it's 0 degrees Celsius. When you see 0 degrees on this, it means you've got a problem with the sensor. The thermostat is not working. And this thermostat is located in the upper light dome on the roof of the car. Right up above there is the light dome, and inside of that right here you've got a little mechanism. At this point there's a fan inside that spins, that pulls air in from this port to sample the temperature of the air. And the system utilizes that to determine how to heat or cool the car based on the automatic setting. The problem is, inside of this thing there is a small resistor that wears out and breaks, and you get this 0 degrees Celsius setting. So our goal today is to fix that. I've got a really creative, simple solution, low cost on the parts, and it's something you can do at home on your own. First, take a look. Here's the price to replace this entire light dome. This is what Mercedes will tell you need to do to fix this problem. It's over 700 bucks. You can find them used on eBay for 100, 200 bucks, but they've got the same problem with this resistor. Many are broken. If you buy a new one, it'll break within a year or two as well. But you don't have to spend a ton of money to fix this thing. It's really, really simple to fix. I'm going to show you how to do that, what parts to buy. You can order them from Amazon. It's a simple little resistor. A pack of 50 is like $5 or 10 bucks, and you only need one. So grab a beer, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Please comment and tell me if this thing helps fix your car. If you've got questions, leave it in the comments as well. Please subscribe so we can keep making more videos. Also, don't forget to like. Just do them both right now. So here's the resistor. This is the little missing part that breaks in this thing. You can order these again on Amazon. You can source them from many places. It's a 10K or 10 ohm or something resistor. Here's the product description. Let me pop that up on the screen. So there it is, 50 pieces from this company. You can buy those and grab one. All you need is one. And we're going to snap it into the system, put it in its place. At first I thought I need to solder it in place, or I was hoping to just poke the leads into the board, or connect them to existing leads from the broken resistor. That's at least what I was hoping to do. In worst case, you need a little solder gun, and that just takes a second or two to attach. So if you've got a solder gun, great. If you don't worry. You literally just need this, a few basic tools, and a small little piece of tape to hold it in place. First, you want to snap off the plastic covers to see the bulbs and the screws and the tabs to undo this thing. You need a little plastic pry tool to help wedge in and remove the light dome. A little pick can help, maybe small flat screwdriver. Any little basic set of tools is all you need. We also need a small Torx, a T10 Torx, I think will help. So there's 4 tabs in this location and on the right and left side. 2 on the top, 2 on the sides. Any which way you want to pry them loose is fine. I think it helps to do the first ones at the top first. And again, you're going to need to use your pry tool, put whatever in there to push the light dome down and keep it in place while you're working on the other tabs. By the way, I didn't do it yet, but it would make sense to remove the light bulbs. Here I've got LEDs. You might have the regular light bulbs. Take those out as well. So just keep pushing this gently. There's nothing to it. Eventually you'll gradually lower this light dome fixture and it will come down. And there it is. We lower it. It's attached with quite a few different ribbon cables. All these have different plastic latches with locks on them. They're not complicated. Just take your time, slowly release each one of those, and you've got about 8 different screws that hold the board in place. So we just need to open them up, and this is the opening where that fan and that resistor live, right there. So grab a T10 Torx. You definitely need one of those to open up these screws. Don't use a Phillips screwdriver or anything else. You want to open them all up in this position and all the others. Now at first I thought that I could do this repair without removing all the cables. I was mistaken. You definitely want to remove those cables in advance. So once you remove those cables, you can gently lift the board out of its place, and here again you see the circular fan where it spins. If your fan is not spinning, you're going to get some kind of error codes, and that's a more complicated repair. I don't know if you can source that, but there it is. I'm slowly opening up each one of these cables. Take a picture before you do that so you don't forget. This is the latch that locks the release mechanism into place. You want to push it down and then slide that down. Not too complex, pretty easy. Push that down. Just do it gently, one step at a time. Like I said, take a picture of everything before so you know where it goes. All right, here's the board completely removed. And there's this white fixture is what sits, it's like a cap that sits on top of the fan, and the resistor is embedded inside of this cap. So the whole point of this thing is this fan circulates air through the port so it can sample the air and tell you how hot or cold the car is. And then you can just barely see the resistor there. So this cap, you could take it off, and in this place you see there's the 2 solder points for that resistor. There they are right there. Both of those points. You could see the leads that were broken. While you're at it, you might as well blast the dust off of that fan. And this is the culprit right here. The resistor's still in its place, but these leads that they give to it are some of the tiniest I've ever seen on any resistor. Why did they do that? Let's see, boys and girls. Can anybody guess? Can anybody say planned obsolescence? You gotta wonder. Was this the result of Chrysler and Mercedes between the years 2000 2006? Anyway, here's my resistor. What I did was I wound up the ends of the leads into like a circular shape, and I just pressed them onto the solder points. I didn't solder, I didn't heat anything up. I literally just pushed them on top so they kind of just hold their place there. And that's it. Ideally, if you solder, it'll be better, but if you're looking to do this real easy, basic, just push them on top of those points and bend this resistor up so that it's between the plastic legs of this cover, so that it's able to be exposed to air as it goes in and out on the side of this little plastic cage. And that's it. That's all it takes. I did end up putting a tiny little piece of tape around to just hold it up against this plastic, the white plastic cage, so that way it wouldn't even come out during bumps and shakes in the car. And there it is right there. That's it. That's all it takes. You can plug this thing in before closing up everything and test it by turning on the car and looking at that NR1 value in the heating and air conditioning console. You should immediately see a real number there. And the whole goal for this, by the way, is if you don't do this, and you can certainly keep the car going with that NR0, but there it is. I plugged everything in. It's showing 25 degrees, which is, well, there it's 00 and 01. There it is. There's a real reading there. So it's a difference of a couple of degrees between 0 and 1, but that's good enough. What this allows to do is the automatic setting can work, and the air conditioning and heating will kick in. You don't have to set the temperature to low or high. Before I fixed this, if I wanted air conditioning, I had to lower the temperature down to low completely to get cold air. Now it immediately starts to work when I gradually increment it. The system knows that, what the temperatures are and what it needs to achieve to balance it to the right automatic setting. So that's it. Everything's great. Now it's just a matter of snapping everything back into place. You put the ribbons back, and when you do that, also put the ribbons into the strain relief, the plastic bars that hold them in place. Just take the time, put everything back gently. It's not complicated. This you can just do any which way you want to make it fit nice and neat. You don't have to worry about the correct position on that. As long as you put the plastic connectors in the right spots, you'll be good. It's really hard to mess this thing up. You can do it after having a couple of cold beers and take your time at home. It's a quick Sunday type of a repair to fix it. If you go to the mechanic, most mechanics won't have a clue about this, but if you go to Mercedes, they'll want to charge you $700 for this thing to get you the part, maybe make you wait a week to order it and receive it, and then You know, they'll probably charge you a diagnostic fee of $200 to tell you what the problem is and follow up with another couple $100 for the installation. This is so easy. And there it is. You see the resistor in that port. It receives that air passing through it, so it's able to sample the right temperature. And then you just gradually just snap this back into position. The two tabs for the light bulbs, those just need to be positioned into its slots as you're putting this thing back in. Sorry about the camera, folks. It's just a little tricky. Once you put that back in, put all the screws back in with the T10, close everything up, and you're done at that point. And I'm just doing some final adjustments, putting these the cables back in their spot so everything fits nicely into the overhead console. This is a little tricky to film. And there it is. Once you put everything back in place, check the lights, check the overhead lights, the rear light, that everything is working properly, and your convenience lights on your mirrors. Just push the buttons, make sure everything is right. It's really hard to screw this thing up. There it is. Everything's good. So at this point you're done. All you need to do is then put the white plastic lenses on top of the lights. Those snap in place very easily. Here again, here's the broken resistor. So I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon with another video.